record of of that. So let's get into this without further ado. I like to have a bit of a prologue on this channel, don't I? Well, let's finish with the prologue now, and let's get down to the juicy bits. I might actually have to download Studio, which shouldn't take too long. In the meantime, how are you guys? Sorry, I can't even see what you've written at the moment. If you've written anything, so now's the time, lads, to go and have a piss, go and make yourself a cup of tea, sit on the toilet, have a crap, come back. You won't have missed much. I'm going to be back online. Well, I'm not going to come offline, but give me 5 minutes, lads. Well, not even 5, give me 3 minutes, lads, right now. Go and do those things, and I'll see you in 3 minutes. I'm going to keep on chatting, lads, because that's the way I am. And I'm not going to even say I like the sound of my own voice, because it might not be true. Especially when I can't even get a word out. Those of you just joining, welcome. I don't even know if anyone's watching, probably 0 people. But this podcast is going to start very shortly with the subject of 3 of my regular contributors by the name of Son of Sassy, Ollie Bob 203 and Michael Zimowski. Don't know what the story is with Michael's surname. Maybe he'll tell us one day, maybe he won't. Let's go to some of the comments before we start. By the way, after I do all the comments, I am gonna say hi to you guys, and don't feel like I'm ignoring you, because I'm not. I'm just trying to read all these comments. And I'm not gonna say, look, we'll go from Ollie Bob to Son of Sassy. We'll just take them as they come. Alright, we'll just take them as they come. So let's take them as they come. The first one is from Ollie Bob 203, and it's in response to my question about, can racism ever be eradicated from across the globe? Now, just gonna make myself a drink. Not gonna take too long. So, can racism be eradicated from across the globe? Is the question. And Ollie Bob has got back to me, and he said the following.
I think fear of the other is a natural instinct, but it can be overcome by the following. What the Bible says: love the foreigner and the outsiders. However, it makes sense to fear others. The people who found the Americas wiped out 90% of people because of smallpox. It's a natural response. But acting on it is wrong. If that makes sense, I'm not saying that racism is an action to commit, but fear of the other and is not the same. But fear of the other, it's not the same, is it, as racism? It's natural tribalism.
So Ollie Bob there is actually saying that, of course, if you follow the Bible, you'd actually love foreigners and outsiders, but he's saying that fear of the other, aka xenophobia, is actually natural, and it's some sort of kind of natural tribalism, but acting on it, Ollie Bob 203 says, is wrong. So you can think it, don't quite like that person. You don't voice it, you don't say it unless you're mentally divergent. But acting on it, not giving them a job, not doing that, not doing this, in most contexts is kind of wrong, in Ollie Bob 203's opinion. But let's go on. Let's see what else is said by whoever. This is a good one. Again, Ollie Bob 203. Let's look at this. How do we solve persecution by one religious group over another? Now, Ollie Bob is a Christian. I can say that hand on heart. I really feel that. At the end of the day, Judgment Day, it's not me it's judging, is it? It's God, if he exists. So, but in my opinion, I really feel that Ollie Bob is as sincere a Christian that I've ever met. And he not only talks it, he walks it, I believe, as well, and does a lot. And he's one of the only viewers, one of the few viewers, I should say, of this channel that I've actually met in person. I've wanted to meet Son of Sassy, but that's another story. I'll go there if I remember. But this is what Ollie Bob says in response to how do we solve persecution by one religious group over another. This is what Ollie Bob says. I know Christians should never persecute others. It's often a misunderstanding or misuse of passages in the Old Testament that have a specific context. Phineas is an example of this. However, you cannot stop technically Muslims persecuting others, as really it is mandated by their religion. In modern Islam, in the West, this is typically ignored. But it is said in the text. I know there's a nuance about killing Christians or Jews, but ultimately that practice happens a lot. Christians are persecuted all over the world and it's ignored. That is Ollie Bob 203 as writing on JC Audits channel. Like literally today it was written. I'd say this morning. So they're in black and white, and there's no surprise about it. What he said is not controversial. It's not, against Christians. It's not against what he believes. It's not. I would say it's not against most UK citizens what they believe. However, it is slightly spiked in the sense that what it's saying is, it is written in the Quran, the holy book of Muslims, that persecuting others is mandated by Muslims. So these are not my words, these are the words of Ollie Bob 203. Let me get that absolutely clear. Now, the way I've spoken it, a few people are going to take issue with that, and I want them to, and I want them to come back if they can with why they don't agree with that. Not only I don't agree with it because it doesn't sound very British to say that, or tolerant, but I'd also maybe like them to come back with saying, well, actually I've read the Quran and I haven't seen anything like that, or my friend's a Muslim, he's read the Quran, there's nothing about it's okay to persecute others, or it's necessary, it was mandated, as Ollie Bob says, mandated by their religion to persecute others, which is very, very interesting. I did not know that to be a fact, as said by Ollie Bob. So in my personal opinion, it's unproven. However, it would not surprise me if something of that ilk was actually written in the Quran. So let's speak to somebody that can speak Arabic and you know, let's perhaps look at that if we can get a clear picture, because my Arabic is very limited to saying hello, goodbye, thank you, respect, that kind of thing. So please, you know, do get back to me on this channel under the live if you think that what Ollie Bob has said is actually flawed, or if you agree with Ollie Bob. That would be amazing, guys. Let's have a look. England for the English. So this is a series of pictures that I've edited. First one was of the English flag. Sam Sassy has asked me what this is all about. It's wasn't entirely conscious, but it became more conscious that what I was doing was showing the mix of the UK. Some people might not like that, and in fact, just what Ollie Bob was saying, just because you don't like it doesn't mean you should act on it. And I think Ollie Bob would agree with that. As an example would be, I don't like mosque being built around the corner, but does that mean I should go around with a brick and throw it against, you know, smash a window? That's action, and the other one is thoughts. So, you know, that's kind of what Ollie Bob is saying. So I believe, but so let's look at what Ollie Bob is saying about the English, and this shocked me in its depth. But let me just read it properly, because I'm not sure that I did actually read it properly. So,
what does it mean to be English? We are British, Scandinavian, Latin, French peoples. You're English, mate. I would consider you a Scouser, which could be seen either as an honour or an insult. I mean it as an honour. English is an attitude and a culture, not a skin tone thing. It's respecting other humans, valuing life, and believing in better things, while also being pessimistic and not doing anything about it. For example, complaining about the government, suggesting change, but in all reality just sitting and drinking tea and deciding, well, screw it. I think English is about culture. We have always been a mixed society of Irish, Celt, Welsh, Saxon, French, Roman, plus Roman Empire, which can be anywhere from Northern Africa, Viking. Later editions come from the Empire, and eventually, when modern society happens, the world. We are better when we share the best attributes anyway.
So that's the view of Ollie Bob 203, and in fact, it's not a hell of a lot too far from the Druid, Son of Sassy, because Son of Sassy is a Druid. So the Christian's view on this doesn't really differ that much from the Druid's view, which is rather interesting. We'll look at the Druid's view, Son of Sassy. But before we do that, let's look at Michael Zemrowski. In response to my poll, what would make you feel least human? His response is being instantly reincarnated into somebody else's body. I would be reincarnated into Margot Ribby's body. Go on the game, make a fortune, then retire at 28. That's Michael Zemrowski. he also goes on to say, you know, for those of you that don't have children, if you had children, would you die for them? And he says, believe me, would you die for your children and more? I would die for my children and more. Before I got married and had children, I would have answered no, but I did not get married until I was 42, through choice I might add. But now, I am still married for now, with 3 ungrateful little bastards, 1 stepson and 1 with my wife and 1 who we adopted. I would still die for them. Michael Zemofsky. This is Ollie Bob on Brexit now. So, and Ollie Bob, of course, doesn't reflect all Christians in all his views, and I really respect that he's taken, he said something, you know, because let's face it, have a look at Ollie Bob, check him out. You know, if you want to know more about him, I've featured him and, you know, a little bit on this channel, but all I want to say is that I really, really like the way he's not just he's not a robot. He's not one of these Christian robots saying, oh, you must believe because you must believe because B, you must believe because C. You sense that Ollie Bob is a real 3D, multifaceted human with a whole developed personality and an honesty and integrity that is mind-blowing, that he's willing to engage with social media that some people in the church might be afraid of. Ollie Bob, in his sincerity, has not only embraced his view on this channel, embraced expressing his view on this channel, he's also talked about politics. I mean, what Christian in a church, you know, a fairly prominent, I wouldn't say that prominent, but prominent enough to talk in his own church in front of people. What sort of Christian would go on then to another channel that's not even his own or to do with the church, and he talks about politics? Well, for me, that talks to somebody who's confident, that he's true, and he's not afraid of being who he is. And like I say, I've met him in person as well, and I can say he comes across like that. He's unapologetic, and I would definitely have a pint or 2 with him. If I ever saw him again, I would have an OJ, I would have a tea. You get the drift. So this is what Ollie Bob is saying as regards to Brexit. Saying, so Christian in Liverpool, okay, an established Christian in Liverpool is saying this about Brexit. My opinion, it's got nothing to do with Christianity. I might be wrong. I voted against leaving, but leaving... Oh, sorry. I voted against leaving, but leaving now is correct, as I think the EU would use it to do what they want with us. It's swapping overlords and making rich men richer, but really reducing our rights and ability to trade. Such a stupid move. Wouldn't go back now, as I think the EU is still corrupt with unelected leaders. However, better the evil you know, they say. So, Ollie Bob 203. Let's look a little bit further on here. And I noticed I've said nothing of Son of Sassy until now. And this is Son of Sassy, and thanks for waiting, by the way. If you're listening to this Son of Sassy, a huge high five, and I'll say a side hug. I won't give you a full-on hug. I don't want you to misinterpret a full-on hug, but virtually I'll give you a virtual side hug. Son of Sassy, you know how much I like you, okay? Just leave it at that. I'm not going to say anything else. This is Son of Sassy on on England for the English. What is English?
a mixture of immigrants over thousands of years. Celtic, Anglo-Saxon, Scandinavian, European. Anyone who thinks England for the English are uneducated or scared. Either way, that's no way to live. The world is better when it's a melting pot of cultures. Science and art would flourish. The only way to make the world a thriving place is to learn to live together. For as long as we argue amongst the common man, our masters will have total control. If you enjoy being a slave for the rich man, then continue to argue. The one and only Son of Sassy right there. That is the Son of Sassy. I think he's just, isn't he just amazing and sublime? His arguments. Right. Here's another one, Son of Sassy. Does it? This is to my question. Does it upset you that a minority of fit adults don't have to work? And this is Son of Sassy. Honestly, mate, no. You'll only be jealous if that bothers you. When you realise money is an illusion and it doesn't need to exist, then you realise life is nothing but a game. There are many ways to play. Don't hate the players. Hate the game. That was Son of Sassy right there. Son of Sassy. And I've got another classic Son of Sassy. Listen to this. This is to my question or proposition that the class system will disappear within 10,000 years in Britain. And this is Son of Sassy. Whether 10,000 years is a long time in human standards. Go back 10,000 years and you'll find Neanderthals hunting mammoths. You think humans will be the same in another 10,000 years? Ha! Polar shifts, Earth's axis shifting, continental drift. All of this will cause massive change to the environment, climate, and the world in general. With any luck, all of this archaic nonsense like class and general negativity amongst humans will be long gone. Only when we have common ground will we work together. That's the Son of Sassy right there. That is core Son of Sassy. And you know, he's called himself an intergalactic, semi-aquatic, multicellular motherfucker. That's in Son of Sassy's own words right there on my channel. That's how he describes himself. Have I said much about Michael Zomofsky? I haven't really, which kind of surprises me a little bit. Here's some more Son of Sassy. This is in response to my, if you like, question about is it possible that by some terrible tragic mistake that all Muslims are following the wrong guy. This is Son of Sassy's wisdom on this one. Study religions. Do not box yourself by following just one. Not one person knows the truth. History is written by the victor. The victor is the one who kills the most. Christians and Muslims destroyed other religions and libraries during the Crusades. If they were that confident in their God, why destroy other faiths? Because they know there's a falsehood. Imagine we built a powerful telescope to look into the cosmos, only to some dude looking down with a powerful microscope. For all we know, everything we call the universe is a speck of dust under our God's microscope. Humans have a sense of importance. Narcissistic by nature. We might be bacteria in the realm of the creative. Lads, that was Son of Sassy right there. Classic Son of Sassy. There's a little bit more. Classic Son of Sassy. Listen to this. This is more talking about Muslims. Listen to this. It is possible Christianity and Muslims are barbaric. Just read that one again. It is possible that Christianity and Islam are barbaric religions with thousands of years of murder and rape on their hands, all the while being very recent religions. Hinduism predates both by 2,000 years, while teachings are practiced peacefully without the need for war. Their teachings have more in common with ancient religions. They knew about the stars and space travel thousands of years before we thought it possible. Remember, JC, we have faith, but don't be blinded by religion, as the majority of modern religions are evil at the core. I repeat, the majority of modern religions are evil at the core. Lads, that is Druid Son of Sassy speaking right there. If you're wondering, this is not my own voice. This is the voice of Son of Sassy on this channel, and I continue to give a platform to interesting people. Interesting people on this channel. I am so sorry if I haven't acknowledged you. I'm actually gonna now come into the chat. If there's anyone, I don't know if there's anyone watching this channel right now. Let me just see. Absolutely no one. Absolutely no one watching this channel. That is hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. So there might be one person watching it. Lads, if you're watching it right now, do say something, because I am here and I'm here for you guys right now. So if there's anything you want to say, then I'm right here. And apologies if I've missed you so far, guys. So I might have missed you, and if I have, I am sorry about that, okay? I might wind it up, guys. Let's just have another little look. See if there's yeah, we'll have some more Son of Sassy, I think. Son of Sassy. Yeah, Son of Sassy actually right about most things. Right about most things. I believe he graces other auditing channels and other channels on YouTube with his wisdom.
But let's give him a shout out. Right about most things. If you're watching this, I'll give you a shout out right now. But let's go on just a little bit to Son of Sassy again. Because this is in response to my question, what colour are the ethnic British? And Son of Sassy says the following.
British isn't an ethnicity. Britain has been conquered by many ethnicities.
Celtic, Anglo-Saxon, Roman, Scandinavian, German, French. No white British is pure blood, unless they're pure Celtic. And even then, I doubt it. Throughout history, people have migrated to new lands. No man, no race holds the key to any land. We are all from Earth. This is our planet. Our masters have brainwashed us, so we fight amongst ourselves, arguing like children about nonsense while they work us into the ground, taking what they want. We listen. We jump when told to. At least most of you. Join the rebellion. Join the good fight. Rid the world of greed. Become the master of your own fate. That is the voice of Son of Sassy, and I'm just going to end this right now. And thank you for watching. This is JC, signing out.